En een hele goede avond met z'n allen. Ik ben er weer. Ook voor degenen die er niet zijn. Ik ga gewoon verder bij het punt waar we gebleven waren. Het was wel weer een heerlijk weekend geweest bij mij. Lekker rustig. Maar we gaan eens even lekker inloggen. Dan gaan we verder bij het punt waar we gebleven waren. En nog is dat hoesten niet voorbij. Oei. Even wachten. Pizza. Oh nee. Nog in. Yes, hier zijn we weer. Goed. En de volgende is As the Heavens Burn. Oké. Accept. En daar gaan we weer. Olympia. So, have you learned out more about the final days? Yes. Journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the first, events here have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it, LSA and Alphino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Amanus is one of the worst affected. Tancred, Estinian and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Mistola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Heidelin in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tatro and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon. An ambitious project that has likely been years if not decades in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Fortunal to the people of Ratzatan. Following their discussion, Vritra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wished to evacuate to accept the forum's invitation. So far so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently the forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure a safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, LSA, Estinian and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now the final days have come to Adamant. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master FF14. Then panic broke out, and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, but please, you must help them. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first port of call, so you'd best start there. Hopefully Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you had best take every possible precaution. Okay, speak with Lucia at Camp Broken Glass. Nou, dat is eenvoudiger. Camp Broken Glass. Here we go. Daar is ze. Lucia. Not a moment too soon. Okay. Skies over Adamant are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concerns me. You have heard your fellow scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glacius that Forum's airship had landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we still discuss them later. Trust you are ready to depart. Okay. Duty. Nou, eens kijken wat dit wordt. Oh, toch wel even zo.
No. No. We were promised an escape. Not of the same room we fled.
Holy shit.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. We must build a line of defense.
How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
I can handle this pair. You?
Shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
Oké. Neem aan dat ik nu ook deel moet nemen. Oh, op die manier.
Our commander beats attention. See to the wounded.
Help is at hand.
Daar nog meer.
Leave it to me.
Those who can stand, come with me.
You're safe now.
Okay.
Easy now. Deep breaths.
Yes. Okay.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Oké, waar moet ik nou heen? Damn. Oké, dan moet ik het opnieuw doen. De dek al gehad. Nog een keer. Eentje. Skip cutscene. Yes, die heb ik al gehad.
Our commander beats attention. See to the wounded.
Help is at hand.
Leave it to me.
Those who can stand, come with me.
You're safe now.
Oké. Distressed, thank you. Mooi. Oké.
Easy now. Deep breaths.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Oké. Oké. Kijken wat hij nu doet. Oké. Petrification. Oké. Tankbuster. Oké. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Wow.
Help! Someone, please!
What?
Okay. Oké, wat gaan we nu doen?
No. Don't. I don't want to die.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
Wait, that's
Oké, wie zijn dat?
Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then?
In time enough to be of aid, for once. We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride!
Oké.
Of that I've no doubt.
The gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army. Oh!
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as
Okay.
you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
Oh. Juist. stone. Not today, indeed. Okay.
Nothing to worry about.
The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
As they say, turnabout's fair play.
Zo. Dit is gebeurd. Interessant.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
Dat weet je nog steeds niet.
Thank you for saving our lives once again.
Okay.
I remember you from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Yes. Yes,
Ah,
we did.
you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece.
Okay.
Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out! Get out of here! Quickly! I won't lose them! Not a one! This will be a brighter future! I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve!
Get it together, Alizé. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of Father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of her as it is. You mustn't let Eorzea's hero fight alone.
Oké, daar ben ik. Done well in my absence.
I can look after myself, you know.
Everything's in order, I trust?
I've had enough of this rabble! Come on!
Oh, a trio
Okay.
for the ages.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Just the beginning.
Okay. Hoppa. Let's go.
I had a feeling I'd find you.
Kijk. Dit wordt interessant.
This should be the last of the worst troublemakers. With me!
Alright.
On your feet!
Oké, almost. We zijn er bijna. Ja. Waar waren we gebleven? Oké. Duty complete. Filmpje. Oké.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Sharlayan is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon.
Oh.
Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to old Sharlayan. Please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
Oké. Doe maar.
It seems they've a new destination.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Yeah, well.
Behind you! Just there!
More of them.
Okay. Him? What the fuck?
Xenos! Here!
Dit wordt interessant. Maar eens even kijken.
You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship.
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is and has ever been my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine, yet neither hate nor despair seem sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust. So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
That's it. That's all you care about. Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and blood. Lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing! You slaughtered your countrymen! You did! For what?
For nothing, in the end. So much wasted effort.
You bastard!
For your own sake, Eulus, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
What?
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends? Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone. Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place. as a notch on my blade.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos! Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day.
Of course not.
You will never get what you want. Not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join in it, if you wish.
Huh. That's so.
Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
Okay.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
Huh. Oké. Zo. Hij heeft even geduurd. Yes. As the heavens burn. Finished. Yay. Oké. De volgende. Outside help. Filmpje.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuneau Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
Okay. If you say so.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuneau. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
Any other, I would doubt. But you, I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait. Did you hear something just now?
What? Een zombie?
Dawn may banish even the darkest night, and to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort. 'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Etheris. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvellous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Oriange's inferior works no more.
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Hydaelyn's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Aye, not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Oriange made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Oké. Interessant.
Forgive me, but are they...
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Hydaelyn's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Sharlayan, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
Oké. Wat gaat er nu gebeuren?
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperites made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart. For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well.
Oké.
Will thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
Yes.
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Oké, wat moeten we nu doen? Oké, we zijn opeens heel erg anders. DRC Master for Chanel was as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Hydaelyn's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover, they have much and more to offer the Forum. But I suggest we return to the Annex for a bit. We may have time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the Rostra. Old Sharlayan. Yes. Okay. Filmpje. Maybe? Ja. Not that I'm complaining, Urianger, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee. In extolling the virtues of Etheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loperites a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Kyle tells us you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I have news to share regarding our study of the ethereal sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest. And so I would rather hear them first. To what revelations did Heidelin's Elpis flower lead? Oké. Heel verhaal. Hey, welkom Jeffrey. Ik doe zeker, althans op dit moment doe ik eventjes de main story, de MSQ. En ja, als het klaar is, dan ga ik zeker wel de crafting en gathering doen. En ook de andere jobs ga ik ook wel levelen. Dat is zeker wel het geval. Hé, maar wat leuk dat je er bent, joh. Maar goed, ik hoop dat je nog even blijft. It and Akasa are one and the same. This all but proves Nidana's theory. Where an entity, through sheer force of emotion, to channel this vast, dormant reservoir into a raging river, its power might surpass even that of Hither. But if our star is so replete with ether, that entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Meteon, rather the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she has been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Etheris. Then our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Meteon. You make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Meteon and we deliver the world from the final days, but to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Meteon escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Vanna, the woman who would become Heidelin. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Heidelin and the Vanna you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Heidelin possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Etheris, not to stay. Okay, hey. It's my impression too, otherwise she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So, what's the second condition? We must find a means to reach Meteon. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. Then communing with Hydaelyn must by necessity come first. Did you and Master Matoya have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not. Well, we enlisted the help of Arenvald and other Echo Blast allies. We couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Hydaelyn, even from within the anti-tower. Master Matoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Hydaelyn. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea, built closer to home. Knock knock. What? Sorry to interrupt. We've just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. Oké. Nu gaan we naar... the Forum. You're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. Yes, the rostra. Here we go. Not really. They're expecting me. Huh. Huh. Okay. Waiting. Okay. Class is in session.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter.
Okay.
We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends.
Okay.
By your leave, of course.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
What's all?
Thank you, everyone.
Let's go.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter.
Oké. Hier gaan we dan.
On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glaciers. We shall not soon forget your service to us, and the people of Radz-at-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Oké, laat maar horen dan.
Let us begin.
Yep.
First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety.
Numenon.
Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radz-at-Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
"'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Oké. Andere dus blijkbaar niet.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
Wel.
"71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it.
Okay.
For Chanel, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Okay. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. But since we require both a means of communing with Hydaelyn and reaching Meteon, in the spur of the moment I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the ether burner. I'd like to think it is not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an ether burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. Outside help complete. Yay! Okay, for Chanel. Going underground. As instructed, I shall take you to see the ether burner. Meet me outside the Archeon. I trust you can make it on your way there. The Ark is being built in Labyrinthos. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? Oh. Okay. Da-da-da. Daar ben je. Our destination lies in the, in the lower levels. Forum, in its wisdom, has granted you access to the Archeon's lift. Step inside and have Eileen take you to the medial circuit. Okay, let's go. Maar moet ik buiten zijn? Oh fuck. Ik ben er nooit geweest, dus oh, daar is ze. Yes. Oké, daar gaan we dan. I have sent your associates ahead of Logisticon Alpha on the other side of Marial Agronomics. Actually, there is something I have been meaning to... Never mind. Can wait. Let us attend to the matter at hand. Speak with Alpha now. Waar? Oh, daar helemaal. Ga ik eens even kijken of dat met een... Oké. Ik kan nog niet vliegen hier. Oké. Filmpje. We have to wait here where our father arranges for us to use the next lift. Here being Logisticon Alpha, where the atmospheric conditions of Labyrinthos are regulated. Water is drawn from underground and dispersed as vapor, stimulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. By manipulating the temperature and air circulation, they are able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of the biological samples kept here. How do you know so much about it? Father brought me here as a child. And left me behind? Yeah, probably. Having gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms employed by the Loporids in recreating a similar environment, I have come to view such processes in a new light. Subterranean gardens of Labyrinthos, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient zodiac, the habitations built for all mankind neath the moon's surface, each unique yet undeniably similar. It is no mere coincidence. Ever since Hydaelyn unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits Etheris, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthos in preparation for the Great Exodus. But that is not all. It is also a testing ground for the technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. Though the Loporids have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. Alas, time is not on our side. I have arranged for you all to enter the central circuit. It is there that most of our preparations for the Great Exodus are carried out. The construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to set restrictions and will have free rein to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum, after all. We will prove ourselves worthy of their trust, your trust. Then let us proceed. Oké, en nog een lift. Hi Hester. Proceed, yes. Natuurlijk. Oké. Ether burner is being constructed not far from here. Overseeing the work is Kokol Dankol, after whom the forge is named. Ja. Once the necessary introductions have been made, I shall leave you with him to discuss the particulars. This way. En worden weer onzichtbaar. Oké, weer een stukje. Oké, daar naar beneden. Gaan we eens even kijken wat wordt. Oké. Yes, daar is het. Filmpje. Gaan we weer.
I could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Damn near lost my eyebrows. Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the ether burner conundrum.
Ether burner conundrum. Yeah, right.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb. But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Hast thou consulted with the Loperites?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Ik mag de kok... Ik mag die kokkel wel. Lachen.
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Ooh.
Boy, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut? That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
Oh ja? Zal wel moeten, denk ik.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward.
Oh, okay.
This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Okay. KVB.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
Oh, Lucia.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-sword expedition myself.
Okay.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists, or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Anyway, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking, and I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
Yes. Let's. Oh. Okay. Trial. It's times like these we're reminded of our famous or infamous Elfano has become. Who would have thought he could achieve so much with a single link pearl conversation? As we're expecting rather a lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the servers and inform the relevant parties. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. Okay. And who might that be? That's from me to you to know and for you to find out. And on that note, I'll leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck. Going underground complete. Yay! Meanwhile in Ul'dah. Okay. Olympia. Okay, the Empress.
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Viergeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberk will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade, clear the way.
Okay.
Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Ul'dah's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now.
Yes.
Ul'dah will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ul'Namo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
In the Black Shroud. Okay.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
It seems so.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Kijk eens aan.
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to
Please.
hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiency so plain to see.
Okay.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Way to go.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
Yeah, let's go.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
Oké, Papalimo. Helemaal terug naar de EAR. Quartas. Okay, let's see what you got.
There you are. We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already... Ah. That was a roar. A dragon's roar.
Ja. Dat is zo. Nou, ski. Wat gebeurt er nu? Oké, de Ruby Sea.
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid. Hmm? Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
Okay. No job too small, except our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we might do to be of service? I've already done more than enough, okay? If I had to say though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about elegant technology. You there. Lad with the red eyes and matching hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. Oh. Well, Master Cockle knew how right he was. While he and Graha established a rapport, why don't we help with preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement. I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the great expanse. And if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for adamantite. Okay, let's do it. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers? If you've a mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlie and Hamlet is lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busying themselves preparing for the Exodus. Ah. That lot need all the help they can get. Well then, off we go. Quest accepted. Oh yeah. Where do we go? Dit is nog een vrij groot gebied. Central Circuit. Hier naar boven en aan de andere kant er weer af. Oké, hier gaan we weer. From what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Scholar Montague mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the Aetherite once our work is done. Okay. Yes. Helping with the arc. Still not enough, apparently. Our fear. Final days have arrived. Overall creatures running rampant all over. And we'd begun the exodus sooner. People are dying and there will be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We've spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan and all will be well. Huh. Hier nog eentje. One of the helpers? What? Really? Working on the ether burner. Oh dear. I hear things have come to a standstill on that front. And so I choose that over my current duties, checking and loading samples day in, day out. It's tiring, thankless work. Still, no one will be cross if I misplace a few legumes or what have you. Worms got enough on their plate as it is, what with deciding who gets to board the Ark and run. A lot of powerful people have opinions about that. My heart goes out to Master Fortuno and the others. Hardly get a moment's rest, I expect. Do they even have time to sleep? Dat weet ik ook niet. Distressed chef. Let's see. Tuning. Yes. Yeah. Let's see what's over here. Daarachter is er nog wat. Offer to help. Yeah, that's very kind. Blah blah blah. Okay, terug naar de Etherite. Ja. Daar. Living way. Hi. Oh. Still not ready. One job too small, complete. Yay! Op naar de volgende. Tour of Labyrinthos. Okay, I expected that prudent suggestion. Good so. Mayhap thou art better suited to lead this venture. Yeah, right. Really? Oké, waar is de volgende? Oh, niet zo ver. Dat scheelt. Goodness me, yeah. Not something so large without creation magics, it's positively stupendous. Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features? Okay. Okay, thanks. Okay. Time tube. Because of those cogs and the gigantic wheel at the top. That's how they draw up the water. Probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside it too. Mushroom-like thing. There it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay. Better. Yep. Yes. Yeah, right. Okay. Godspeed, ja. Jij ook. Deze kant. Hier langs. Zo. Surveying. Da da da. Okay, a hostile presence. Hier gaan we. Okay, going away. Okay. Don't him to you, blah blah blah. Yes. Hier zijn we weer. Where is he? Pray follow me. Lift operator, yeah. Yes. Singing way. Marvelous. Simply marvelous. Oh, this is where the magic, or science rather, takes place. Perfect environment to sustain life, artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Apparently most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. Well, very lucky that Etheris just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way they are because of the available resources, I wonder? By the way, it's nothing short of miraculous. I cannot wait to see more of it. Wise guides complete. Yay! Fantastic. We're here. Finally. Oké. En dan ga ik het hier eventjes bij laten voor vandaag. Dit was wel heel erg leuk. We gaan de volgende keer gewoon verder bij waar we gebleven waren. En ik zeg dan goeie nacht en welterusten. Doei.